I don't think I've ever played a mod and I was left speechless. Usually mods are small changes to the game, like quality of life changes, new levels, a model swap, maybe some gameplay changes. But Sonic Forces Overclocked is a whole expansion to Sonic Forces, improving on nearly every aspect on the game, and it has become the Forces sequel that we needed. So in this video, I want to talk about the game and what I thought about it. And if you guys want to see my full playthrough of it, you can go check out the stream VOD on my channel. So without further ado, let's jump right into why Sonic Forces Overclocked is the sequel we needed. So I guess we can start with the story, since what they did here is really cool. So the story is a sequel to Sonic Forces 2 months after the events of the game. Neo, Metal, and Infinite team up with the newly powered Overclocked, see what they did there, Phantom Ruby. And after sending Eggman to null space, their goal is basically the same as in Forces: kill off the Resistance and take over the world. Now, the story itself is nothing too crazy, but where the game shines is in its presentation. The way that they show the story is in a similar vein to the storybook games, where it's illustrated through panels. And what's cool about it is that it's a collaborative effort. Different shots were made by different people, and I'm gonna put their names up here really quick to show you who made them. And it leads to some really cool shots with different art styles, like this shot of Infinite, this cool panel shot of Sonic staring down Infinite, and then immediately after we get the best shot in the game. And then going into the coolest action scene in the game. And that's all in one cutscene. We have so many different cutscenes with so many different art styles, and I'm just excited to get to the next scene to see how it looks. And the writing also just adds on to it, man. The characters actually talk how they normally would. Sonic is my personal favorite. He has that like snarky attitude he's known for, but it's not corny like it was in Base Forces. I also like the little references they put in the game. Like, for example, when Sonic goes into Green Hill Zone, and he almost says his famous line like, "Green Hill looks like Sand Hill," but then he stops himself, which is kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. He even admits that he's washed, bro. Can we get a round of applause? That's character growth right there, chat. That is character growth. I will say Neo Metal is kind of a dumbass here, and Infinite also constantly points this out, which I kind of find hilarious, which, you know, at least it's self-aware, right? But overall, their story and how it's presented was really enjoyable. Now we can talk about the gameplay, and of course we have to talk about the controls, which they only seem to be slightly altered compared to the base game, so you're still dealing with the weird acceleration, the stiff 2D sections, and the stiff 3D controls. And it was definitely most noticeable with the rookie character, but what they did to remedy this is make the level design great with the controls of Forces in mind. See, the new levels aren't the same as something like Generations or Unleashed, with all these different paths you can take and all these turns you can make because of the controls of Forces. But instead, they made the level design work with the Forces controls instead of making something that goes against it. Sure, the level still might feel like a straight line, but they've added obstacles and platforming sections in there to make the level design actually engaging, by making the level design lean heavily into reaction-based inputs. The slide is used way more often. If you're on a grind rail, depending on which one you are, you can head on a little alternate path or a completely different path. If you jump at the right time, you can use your momentum to head onto a different path, which something I did like about the base Forces controls is that the jump momentum is really fun to use. And the level design in this expansion plays off that, which I find really fun. Quick step sections are way more abundant here. It's all put into the levels in a way that feels organic as well, so it doesn't feel like it's just there for the sake of it. This also goes for the Whispin abilities. Depending on which one you have, you can head on a completely different route in the level. My favorite levels have to be the tag team ones, which are actually way more abundant than any other type of level in the game. And the 2D in this game seems to be heavily cut back. With the levels being much longer, they decided to focus on more 3D level design, which I appreciate a bunch. Also, can I just say I love the world building in this game? For example, in the beginning cutscene, Sonic is in Starlight Zone. So in the first level, instead of just starting off in Green Hill like the base Forces, you start in Starlight Zone and then you take a path connecting to Green Hill. And I just love that. It just connects Sonic's worlds together. And in Meteor Rush, the level takes place during a meteor shower. So meteors come down and destroy the path, so you have to avoid them in time. and stuff like that just adds to the atmosphere, and it was something that I think I and a lot of people wanted in the actual base Forces. The final boss is also a treat. Instead of it acting like a basic boss, it's more like a level. You have to get through the level to reach Neo Metal and Infinite to attack them, and it takes you to different parts of the world, and in the final attack, they actually use the double boost, and it's the only time in the mod where they actually use it, and it makes it actually have an impact. And the levels feel completely original, even though there are parts where you can see the old level is reused. It's so different and changed, it feels like a completely new level. And by far, there's so much more new here than reused. I'm like, whatever, it's so good, I'm willing to let that, go. Overall, the gameplay and world building is just so much better than Forces, man. With a level design that's actually given thought and worked with the controls instead of going against it, at least there's some really fun gameplay, even with Forces controls. Finally, I really quickly want to talk about the music, because they went off, man. Now, something that I really like about this soundtrack is that it's half remixes and also half completely original stuff. And me personally, I really like the original stuff. My personal favorite track is the Starlight / Green Hill Zone theme, where it's like this nice piano melodic type beat, and then it switches over to like this synthy like electronic beat for the Green Hill Zone, which I love. And something cool happened while I was on stream, right? The person who composed the main theme, Zakujo, hopped on my stream as I was playing the final boss where the theme was playing. So big shout out to you, my G, if you also end up watching the video. Overall, the music in this mod is just insane. So like major shout out to everybody who worked on it. Overall, this mod blew me away. This mod is so good, it feels like an official expansion to Forces. Now, for the rest of the video, I just want to play the credits so that you can see everybody who made this game, because this was a huge collaborative effort to get this mod out from all these talented modders and game devs in the Sonic community. Major shout out to everybody who made this mod. If you have a PC and you have Forces, do yourself a favor, download this mod now. And if you're watching this video during the time it releases, the Steam sale is going until January 4th, and Forces is only $10. So if you guys want to experience this mod, please go buy the game, please, and download this mod. I never thought in my life I would say people go buy Forces, but I'm telling you that this mod is worth it, man. It's worth all of it, bro. So please do yourself a favor, please go download the mod. And also, quick tip. If you guys are trying to make the gameplay and the mod isn't working, make sure that you download the community codes, because the game will not run without it. So make sure you download the community codes in the Hedgehog mod manager. Just a quick tip for y'all. And that is what I think about Sonic Forces Overclocked. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment down below what do y'all think about Sonic Forces Overclocked if y'all have played it. What are your thoughts on it? Because again, I think this is such a I think this could pass as an official expansion to Forces. This is the sequel that we needed, bro. It improves on everything that Forces couldn't, right? It's amazing, man. Amazing. Again, shout out to everybody who worked on this mod. Man, the year is almost up. I really wanted to get this video out this week. I want to try to get 2 videos out this weekend. I want to talk about this, and I also want to talk about Sonic in 2023 and going forward. So I'm gonna try to get that video out as well, but I guess we will see. And that's all I gotta say for today. Once again, make sure to like, subscribe, do all that nonsense, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye bye.